Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Vinland Saga, you guys. I'm really excited to see what is going to happen next on this show. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I am sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, okay, last time on Vinland Saga, there were a few things that, I knew were gonna happen. I didn't know, spoilers, but, I kind of knew in my head they were going to happen. For one, I knew that, none of these people planning on betraying Askeladd were going to be accepted with open arms by Thorkel, which, we knew from a previous episode of, seeing what happened to some of, a few of the other deserters. But, watching them have to figure that out after making this huge stand is kind of oh, you just have made a very, very poor choice here. The other thing I knew, at the beginning of the episode, was that Thorfinn was not going to let anyone get to Askeladd. Think of the time he has put into this. He's not going to let anyone come in. I don't care who it is. I don't care if he's Thorkel. I don't care, if Artorias himself shows up and gets in his way. No, he's just not going to let that happen. Whether he has the actual skill to defeat Thorkel or not, he's still not going to stand for it. It's just not in his nature. We've seen how determined he is. Nothing, not even lack of his own ability will stop him. He'll just get the ability. He'll just develop skill like he has. And we know that pretty much made Thorkel's day because, Thorfinn's his playmate, it's a very simple world for Thorkel, we see everyone's got their stuff going on, revenge and politics and, mother issues and all this stuff. No. Thorkel is a very, simple, way of life. He is of a very simple way of life. He just likes to wreck stuff. He likes to pillage. It's just fun for him, The fact that he's, being hired by people to do this is just really an added bonus. So it's interesting to watch, everyone with their, very intricate and tragic and dramatic backstories, and then just see Thorkel just, loving life. Just whistling while he works. He is very entertaining, I have to say. He is a much needed, he's not comic relief by any means, but he's a much needed, lighthearted influence. Even though, he's not, he's still here to, hurt people and everything, but, it does feel like we have a little bit of, levity mixed in, which is nice on a show it tends to be very dark and dramatic like this. So basically, Thorfinn stepped in and saved Askeladd's life because, that's his deal. No one's gonna get in the middle of that. So where we kind of left off was Askeladd was like, you know what? If you guys are gonna commit mutiny against me, I'm gonna let you know exactly what I think of you. He had a bunch of arrows under me. He was super hurt. Everything was going to heck. And basically, Thorfinn steps in and is like, I challenge you to a death match, Thorkel. So that should be interesting. I honestly have no clue what's going to happen. To be perfectly honest, at the beginning of the series, if it hadn't been for the opening theme, I would have said the main character was Thors. Seeing the opening theme and seeing older Thorkel and everything, Thorfinn, I'm sorry. I started to get the idea that, this was going to be a situation where, we lost Thors. And we did. Then I thought Thorfinn was the main character. Now I'm thinking, Askeladd's the main character. Kind of. We haven't had, a lot of, straight-up Thorfinn stuff in a while. He's there. But that's the shit. He's just kind of, there. And now I'm almost kind of thinking, because of the situation we're in with Askeladd, is this kind of are we going to see his story, from beginning to close, and something's going to happen to him, and, he's not going to be on the show, and then we're going to maybe kind of follow Canute? And maybe Canute and Thorfinn trying to like figure things out with like no direction in the world anymore, having lost their kind of meaning for life, you know. Canute's being just kind of the only friend and family that he really had in Ragnar, and you know, Thorfinn having lost his dad, his family, while he hasn't like lost them, but being away from them, and if anything happens to Askeladd, having lost that sole purpose in his life. Like, will it be like the two of them, like trying to figure things out together? I honestly don't know. Where is Vinland? What happened to Vinland? Are we ever getting to Vinland? The first thing I thought when I saw like the heaven paradise place that Artorias is supposedly in, recovering from his wounds, is like, oh my god, is that Vinland? Are we going there? Maybe we never actually go to Vinland. Maybe Vinland is like a concept. Has anyone thought of that? Maybe Vinland is like a place in your heart. You know, you're always really in Vinland. If you're sounded like a Hallmark Christmas. You're always in Vinland if it's in your heart. Okay, guys. I'm rambling. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? I can't wait to see this death match. Let's go. Next episode. Oh, you might get a little haircut there, Thorfinn, if you're not careful. This is it. Now everyone's just entertained. No one's worried anymore about defecting or anything. Oh, careful. Don't, no, Thorfinn. Didn't they, like, work together? Oh my god, did they, like, really know each other? Yeah. Oh, dear. He, like, never knew? I thought he, like, kind of had some idea. Oh, no. Great. Now he's beholding to someone else for something about his dad. Oh. Oh, you guys. He's gonna have the last laugh, though. I really have a feeling he will. Oh, Thorkel's like, don't you put down my opponent. He has a lot of respect for Thorfinn. You know what? That's like genuinely awesome. He like really, really respects him. Oh, he's got that. He's got that down. Don't you worry. Oh my god. Is he in the spirit world? No. Is he having a dream like Thorfinn has his dreams about Thor's? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all of a sudden he has like a little bed. It wasn't his choice, sweetheart. He didn't want to leave you. Oh, look at them. So small. Because he deserved to be a normal child. That's why he's the wonderful person he is today in a world of like really hardened people. He was like his only true family. He probably would have been better off as like a farmer's kid. He loves to cook. He could have been a chef's son. Oh. Good God. It probably would mean a lot to him to hear that. But I think he knew. Right, that's all coming from his mind. I want to wrap this poor boy up and just hug him and love him forever. What a thing to wake up to. Oh. He's been in a bad place for a while, I feel like. That was charming? Is how he kind of reacted? Oh. Was he wrong? Yes, I think so. Well... Oh. And now we're back. We're back to our match. Uh-oh. He's so happy. Really? Thorfinn, you have no... he's like a touche. Interesting. So he's kind of on a journey as well. No wonder he wants so badly just to fight. Oh. And there's that... Oh. He's gonna start... It's interesting how both he and Canute are kind of like questioning these concepts. If this guy knew... What? What are you saying? Okay, I'm getting some mixed messages here. What you're saying is death is love? He's saying death is love. I don't think I want you teaching this child. Good question. What? Oh. I don't agree, but I see where he's going with it. It's a selective. That is quite the perspective. I don't know if I want Canute taking these lessons to heart. Good. Oh. Wow. The scene with the apple. Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of biblical, even though we saw them picking apples, too, in the flashback. How is that working out? Oh my God. Look, he's got arrows and knives in him, and it's just not stopping him. Oh, wow. It's a little bit, I can see a little bit of the similarities in what Thor's was saying about how, like, everyone is the same and there's no reason to fight. What are you gonna do? Baby, don't die. Don't die. Please don't die. Peace, love. Oh, oh, wow, that was enough to shake him out of his, oh, dang, Canute, oh, dang. What do you, oh, he's never, oh, he's taking charge in the name of love. Stop in the name of love. Oh, he's having like a crisis of faith right now, I think. Did he just like heal him with his touch? Oh my gosh, Canute like super powerful. If everyone responded to war with a hug, oh. Wow. Dang. He's like a different person. He's like a different person. Really? I don't think he's planning on getting captured. I think he thinks he's going... Oh, he's like, bro, nothing means anything. He's changed. Does he see himself as like a godlike figure now? And there it is. There it is. And they're just gonna drop the mic there. Oh my god, you guys. So it's not gonna let me see the rest of the credits because just the way it works with like having to hide the rest of the episode or whatever, like it like wouldn't let me go back. So if there was an after credits, just let me know. I'll go back and watch it before I watch the next one, but it was like not cooperating with me, so I'm just gonna let it go for now. But okay, so I'm still trying to get my head around the concepts that we learned there. So basically what the priest was saying is that these naturally occurring things, such as the sky, the sun, the snow, and even death, the way that everything just kind of returns to the earth to be used for other things in a selfless manner, in a way that like you don't choose what bird picks at your bones or whatever. That's love. What we perceive as love is not. It's somebody choosing a person to put above everything else, is what they're trying to say. So what Canute is on about now, which honestly, I'm just like, this show just keeps like escalating for me, because when Canute, when we met him and when we got to know him a little bit, I'm like, oh my god, I can actually like legitimately root for him. He is very pure. And now I feel like at this very crucial point in his life, he has adopted this philosophy that like I'm not sure where he's going with it. I think he wants peace. I think he does not see the meaning in the fighting. I think he sees like men's hearts, like he was saying, as is not being capable of loving or something like that. The way that they've kind of led themselves into these situations, these wars and everything. He sees himself as like he needs to, you know, he's kind of lost his faith at this point and sees like, well, if God is not going to step in and do something about this, I will. You know, if these trials that God is putting people through are not leading them to the correct answers, then I will step in and you know, make sure that that gets done. It's kind of where I think they're going. I mean, it's very like, it's I'm watching it and kind of being like, that's mental gymnastics there, you guys, what they're doing right there. But one thing is for sure, Canute, as we knew him, is gone. That sweet, innocent boy, the meek boy who was trying not to get killed by like his family and everything. No, 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 no. We're done with that. He's in king mode now. He's in king mode. Askeladd's going to be so happy. Except I feel like Askeladd wanted him to be a king. He wanted him to be a leader. But I wonder if that kind of malleability, that malleable, I want to shape you into like what I think you should be as a king is not there anymore. So maybe he won't be happy about it. If Askeladd even makes it out of this, I have no idea. Thorfinn was doing, he was holding his own at least, to the point where everyone was like, oh my god, he's holding his own. Right up until he kind of like, anytime Thors comes up, he just kind of falters, you know. So, you know, there's this point, and it was great seeing it side by side, the way that Canute was dealing with his crisis and Thorfinn was dealing with, like, what does it mean to be a warrior? And presumably remembering everything Thors had taught him about what war really is and what fighting really is, and how it kind of like what Canute was saying, but maybe not quite as stretched to the extreme. Like, there's no meaning in any of it. We're all the same. The fights are just, it's the same fight, different day, you know. And that's when I feel like that's where things kind of went wrong. He managed to get in and get a couple of shots, but then like once Thorkel had him airborne, and I guess what they were saying was he absorbed the shock of it in his legs, and as soon as he was airborne, I mean, it was, I don't know if it's over. Like, he's not dead. I don't think he's dead. If he's dead, I'm going to be like, you know what, guys? I just don't even know. Like, what is even a character on this show anymore? What does it mean? I'm going to start questioning meaning of things, much like our characters have. But I don't think he's dead. But I think he's probably, like, badly hurt. So I don't know what that's going to mean for, like, their battle, because they were battling for Askeladd. So what's going to happen to Thorfinn? What's going to happen to Askeladd? Canute is on his way to be like, I'm a king now. I need your sleds, please. That should be interesting. Although, Thorkel might have, like, a weird kind of respect for that. You know what I mean? I could see Thorkel, like, almost being like, I like the way you asked for my sleds. Take my sleds. I don't know. Like, I can kind of see it happening. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll be like, snap, break you in two. But we'll see. We will see. So very, it's interesting to me how this is a very grounded show about, it just feels like it's most of what we see is very grounded and grisly, and every once in a while we just kind of have these very philosophical interludes. and that last one, I'll tell you, like, that was some mental gymnastics there. Like, I'm going to be pondering that one and like what that could mean. And I'll even like go back over the scene, because like I'm still like, so what is he about now? Maybe we'll once we see it in action a little bit more, maybe we'll know a little bit more of like what he's really about. But all right, guys, that was good. So now Canute is in king mode. Thorfinn's injured. Wow. Okay. What is going to happen? Also, where is Vinland? Where is Vinland? I'm telling you, Vinland is a place in your heart. It does not exist. It's not going to happen. We are almost done with this season. There is no Vinland. I'm calling it right now. I know they mentioned a Vinland at the beginning, but we still don't know it's real. I think it's a place in your heart, guys. All right. Great episode. I did say I enjoyed it as weird, but I really was invested in it. And I hope that you enjoyed watching it along with me. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.